You have 1 second. Are you going to click away or are you going to stay with me? Well, thank you for joining me with my book talk. My name is Mary. I work at the Post Road Library, and this is one of my favorite books. It's called Thinking, Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. And it's all about the fast thinking, the instinct, the stuff you've deeply learned. You don't need to think about it. It just happens. Boom. Versus slow thinking, thinking things through with your brain. And the point is not that one is better than the other. It's that when the fast thinking happens, there are pitfalls that will happen the same way every time with the same result. And if you can recognize them, you can avoid them. So the fast thinking, when you first saw me, you looked at my facial features, whether I appeared healthy, whether they were symmetrical. Maybe you could see my pupils, whether they were dilated. That's instinctive. You had deeply learned behaviors, my apparent race, my socioeconomic status based on my clothing, my surroundings. And so all of that played into your first instinctive reaction. And you may have had slower thinking later. Am I grabbing your attention? Is this something that you are interested in right now? So again, thank you for staying with me. So what he's found with decades of research is that there are things that your fast thinking just isn't designed for. It's a great system, but it doesn't do things like large numbers. 17 times 24. What's your instinctive reaction to that? Probably you don't have one unless you have deep mathematical skills. But you can think through it. You get maybe in your head, maybe you need to get a piece of paper out, maybe you need a calculator. You can think through it, but it's not something that you have a grasp of innately. So if you were trying to make a decision based on large numbers, especially ones that you have to manipulate, maybe your gut is not something you should go with on that point. Maybe you should just realize, yeah, I'm not so good at that kind of problem. I need to think it through. Other thing we found is in gambling, if a problem is presented with the risk highlighted versus the reward highlighted, they might be the same exact scenario, but you're going to react, your gut feeling is going to be different based on how it's presented. So if you're given an investment opportunity, someone says, I got this great stock for you, you should really try it. You might have a gut feeling, but you should probably step back and say, wait a minute, I know that I can make errors based on how it's being presented to me, so I need to look at this carefully. And that's it. It's an engaging book, I think. You can learn more about your brain, which is fun, and you can also help train yourself to make better decisions, which is what we're all about. Here at Forsyth County Public Library, we know books because we think about them deliberately, and also because we love them, they're fun.